Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Judy ML and she's back again with another video. So by the title of the video, today we are going to be doing a video about how I got from a D to an A or a grade 9 in maths during my GCSE exam. So if you're still new to this channel, guys, please, you're welcome, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notifications so that you are notified when next I post a new video. And also, if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome, and I hope you will stay into the channel. And yeah, so today I have my book right here again because I didn't want to miss out any points on how I achieved to get a grade 9 or an A in math during my GCSE exam. So I only have 5 points, and they're just, can I say, they're easy. They're not too many points, so I just wanted to let them out so that anybody that also needs these points to help them on, it's not only for maths, but also it can also be applied to other subjects during when you're preparing for it. So I'm going to be giving you guys an extra tip. So if you want it, it's actually going to be helpful. If you want it, watch until the end of the video, because all these tips they helped me. So I'm hoping and I believe that they're going to help you too if you are ready to follow them up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Exams. So I only have 5 points, and let's get into the points. So the first one that I have for you guys today is get ready, get your mental state ready, or should I say your mentality towards a subject. Okay, what I mean by mental state or your mentality about a subject is that first of all, you have to love the subject, even though you don't love it, because I never loved math, but I came to love it when I decided that I really need to get an A in math before I finish school. It's not like I only got it during my GCSE exam, but when I entered grade 11, not grade 11, year 11, when I entered year 11, I was able to get a couple of A's in my exams and also in my tests, and any paper that I just decide to work on, I would get A, or the list is a B, but A was the one that I was getting the most. So I was ready actually for my exam. So first of all, you have to love the subject. You have to love math. Even though you hate it, just come to love it. Just accept it. That goes to the second point. Accept your subject. Accept it the way it is, and that's the only way you can actually start enjoying now doing it, because if you accept it, you come to enjoy it and you also love it. So let's go to our second point. The first one was getting your mental state ready and loving your subject and stuff like that. So the second one is practice. They used to tell us, and I'm sure they always tell students that practice makes perfect. Yeah. So for me, when I was not getting those A's, when I was getting C's and D's, I was not really practicing because I felt like there's no point of practicing when I can just revise before the night before the exam and get to whatever I get, and I'll be satisfied with it. But when I started practicing this subject more and more, and I was just, every day I felt this urge of, I want to know new equations, I want to know this. I would even go and challenge a teacher, our math teacher. I would go and challenge her, and she would just be like, okay, I get you, but this is how it is. Just try and always practice your work. Whatever equation that you don't get, or a sum or whatever, just keep on practicing. So that comes when we break down practicing. What we mean is you have to do past papers. Okay, past papers were, oh my god, past papers were the most. I'm sure I'm going to put a video showing you guys my files just for math, my files. Okay, so I'll take a picture or just insert a video somewhere showing you guys my past papers. So always use past papers. In that way you are going to be able to test yourselves. Okay, you're going to be able to, okay, I'm only talking to one person, but in the okay, so you're going to be able to test yourself. Okay, and then you might find questions that you're not able to understand. Okay, and there's a point that I'm going to talk about in our next video. So not our next video, but later on. So when you use your past papers, you're going to be able to learn, and at the same time you'll have questions that you need to actually go and ask teachers and maybe ask students, or just challenge them and tell them, okay, let's do this. You know, that's another way, and I'm telling you guys, you're going to love it. When you start, math is fun. When they say math is fun, and math is actually fun. So that's practicing, right? Okay, so let's go to the third one. The third one is always write notes. So I know in math we don't have notes specifically, but we have formulas, we have instructions, we have all those theory type of explanation. Not all is just calculation, not all mathematical whatever is calculation, but there's also those parts of theory. Okay, so what I used to do is I would write down all the formulas and all the instructions in a paper, and then I'll just read them. Okay, not read, but I'll just put them on a wall or something, and whenever I have a past paper that I'll be practicing on, I have them on the wall, and I know that, okay, I'll just check and get the formula and do it. So that's it's actually a good way to practice your papers. So just write down all your formulas and your notes and all those theory instructions, and you're going to be able, if you, okay, I wouldn't suggest you cram, because right after your exam you're going to throw everything away. You might not remember everything, but it's always good to practice. That way it's going to get stuck in your head, and yeah, it's always good. Okay, so let me just give you one thing. Whenever you're doing past papers, always use the marking scheme. Okay, right after you've done the paper, always use the marking scheme to actually help you to know what the answer is. And also sometimes I used to have this challenge of I would have a question and I would do the formula and I would think that actually it's correct, but when I check the marking scheme it's wrong, and then I have to redo it again, and I find out that actually that's the answer. Okay, so where you come when you meet a question that maybe in the marking scheme the answer is wrong, and you truly believe that your answer is correct, that's when now you can go to anybody that knows math properly, and now you can ask. So always use a marking scheme, it's helpful. Okay, if you can, just download all the marking schemes that you need for your papers. Now the next point, the fourth point, is YouTube videos. YouTube videos helped me so much. I can't even explain how much these videos did in actually explaining everything for me. I'm this kind of person who maybe, okay, not maybe, but I always feel like I don't really need to ask the teacher. I can just sit down and think for myself and use my common sense and I'll get it. But YouTube videos actually helped me to get the explanation that I needed. Now, this is only when I understand what they are explaining. Okay, if I didn't understand, then I would now go and ask a teacher. But YouTube videos, there's YouTube channels that actually explain nicely. I'm going to try and put the links right here, or the names, and put the links down below if I get them. I can't remember because I did my GCSE exam last year, so I'll get them for you guys, and I'll just put the names somewhere here or here. Okay, so YouTube videos are really good. So just go and search. Let's say if you have a question on surface areas, pyramids, just search specifically on what you need. Don't just go and search math equations, or you should always specify so that you get the correct explanations from YouTube, because YouTube is big and it has a lot of people who can explain in various ways. And just don't stick on one explanation. Try and get different types of videos so that you check, okay, which one is actually explaining towards the same answer. Okay, if you find that this person, okay, let's say if you've watched 10 videos and you found out that 8 videos have the same explanation, or they have different formulas but the same explanation, that's the right one. Okay, and if you find 3 that are not, then yeah, so if you are still confused, you can always ask a teacher. Teachers are helpful. Okay, and yeah, so that's for YouTube videos, the 4th point. Now let's go to the 5th point. The fifth point. Okay, the 5th point is study before time. I know people don't want to listen. People don't want to listen to, oh, you have to study months before your exam. You have to study this amount of time before your exam. Actually, you need to study like 3 months before your exams. Okay, some of you will be like, I only study like a week before the exam and I always get it. Trust me, you're going to have tension and you will not be able to remember everything. This main exam, I was actually ready. For math, let me just specify, for math. Okay, I'm maybe going to talk about other subjects later, but for math I was ready. So even though I had that tension, but I was ready. I knew I was ready, and that's why I got an A. Okay, yes, so you have to study 3 months before your exam, and it's actually stress-free, because you go into there and you into the room and you'll just feel like, wow, you don't have tension, while others are busy asking, how do you calculate this, how do you do this, how do you are actually ready. Okay, so just study before time, before your exams. Now I just wanted to give you guys, it comes to the point where I'm going to give you guys your extra pointed or tip that was actually helpful for me also, getting motivation. Now when I talk about practicing, when I talk about reading or studying before, like 3 months before your exam, I don't mean that you have to always have your books on your face the whole time. Try and get motivation. Okay, anything that motivates you to do something, do it. Okay, for me mostly was music. I would sit down at night and listen to slow music. Sometimes I would listen to aesthetic music, aesthetic songs. I would listen to maybe gospel songs sometimes, because they used to be so uplifting. Okay, so I would listen to that. I used to love drinking a cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something like that. Anything that you actually feel that is actually motivating for you to study. Okay, if you feel like your environment is dull and it's boring, go outside and study outside if you can. If your environment allows you to study at a different place, do it, okay, so that you are prepared for your exam, because you really need to pass your exam, okay? So don't stress yourself too much. Don't always, and that's why I'm saying read before time, because when you start reading a month before your exams, or let's say you start reading a week before your math exam, you're going to be stressed and you're going to give up, and you won't have that motivation to actually study for math. And studying 3 months or more than months before your exam, it will actually give you that fun part of math, okay? Because every time you're challenged, you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this other paper, tomorrow I'm going to do a harder one, like that, until you find that the time that you're actually ready, you're ready, okay? So for me, usually, okay, at that time, when I think it was the day of the paper, I was so excited because everyone, okay, not everyone, but some of my classmates would come to me and they would tell me, Judith, how do you explain this? How do you do this paper? Or how do you solve this equation or this sum? And I'll just be like, okay, so all these people think that I'm I'm ready for this paper, you know, because it's just written on your face that this girl or this guy is actually ready. So that is what I want for you guys, for my viewers who are watching this and you are preparing for your exam. Don't worry, you will pass, okay? If you just follow this 5 steps or 6 that I've just given you, you are going to pass your exam. It's not only for GCSE, but also for all types of systems that you're in. It will actually help you, okay? And don't forget to pray. Praying also can be helpful, because you just have that peace of mind, your spirit is at peace, and you just feel great about yourself. So praying also is helpful, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. I think this will be the end because I've listed all the points and I don't want this video to be long. Yeah, I just thought that I would share this with you guys. It's not that I'm bragging that I got an A, okay? I'm not bragging, but I'm just trying to give you guys what I did for myself, for me to actually get to that A that I got, okay? Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did like the video, comment. Actually, if you have questions, you can actually comment on the comment section. I'll read all of them, and I always answer all the questions or comments that you write on the comment section, because I love you guys, okay? And I would love also to help if you need some guidance or something in math, okay? In math only for now, in math. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on our next video.